Welcome! We've reached another important point in this workshop. Personal presentation. We've talked about preparation in terms of communication, in terms of staging. However, we can't overlook personal presentation. This is key. Remember that personal presentation speaks about us and also communicates. We need to consider two things when deciding on the suit we'll wear: the type of event and the climate of the location. You shouldn't wear the same suit to present an event in cities like Quito, Ecuador, La Paz, Bolivia, or Bogota, Colombia, as you would in cities like Cartagena, Guayaquil, or Panama City. Even though events may be scheduled to take place indoors, the city's climate affects the atmosphere and development of the event. For example, in Cartagena, Colombia, it's common to hold corporate events. However, despite how formal the event may be, attendees and the Master of Ceremonies have agreed in recent years to maintain a balance of elegance and comfort. In a city where summer temperatures hover around 40 degrees Celsius, also ask if the event will be held outdoors or indoors. This factor will clearly influence the decision you make about what to wear. For men, it's highly recommended to wear a well-fitted suit with the right size, not too big or too small, and with the tie properly placed. This is for events where the organizers require formality. Nowadays, a change of clothes with a style known as casual day has also been adopted, which is somewhere between casual and formal. Whether men or women, it's always better to ask, "How do you want me to be dressed for the event date?" They will say if it's casual day, full suit, or all white, completely, etc. Asking about the type of clothing we'll wear reflects well on us and shows that we are committed. If the Master of Ceremonies usually looks clean-shaven, then that's how they should appear on the scheduled day. If you usually have a beard, in your day-to-day life, you should look the same and be presentable for the audience. For women, a Master of Ceremonies should look elegant, whether in a skirt or pants. Some organizers ask for 3 outfit proposals in photographs before the date. Makeup should match your personal taste. Your hair should be styled, regardless of the look you want to wear that day. Consult with a fashion and beauty expert. And also look for a striking and elegant proposal that makes an impact on the audience. Just like with women, shoes should be spotless. The audience notices everything, and our personal presentation speaks for us from the beginning to the end. Thank you for watching this video. We'll see each other in the next class, where we'll talk about the discussion. Welcome to this class where we will talk about the discussion. Generally, moderators are hired to present the event exclusively. However, after talking with several colleagues about this profession, we agreed that we need to be prepared to moderate a discussion. Whether it's included in the program or if at some point in our professional lives, we are also hired to moderate a talk or discussion. But let's define the word discussion. We could say that discussions are agreed upon talks with agreed upon questions that are part of a technique for academic meetings between one or more intellectuals or experts in front of a virtual or in-person audience. In these meetings, a topic is analyzed in depth together. At times, and depending on the time available, the audience might ask a question or offer new perspectives based on their experiences. When you are seated, surrounded by the experts, you should start with a greeting that includes welcome and the topic to be discussed. Why will the topic be analyzed? Then you will move on to introduce the guests. When you ask the questions, listen very carefully to the answers. If there's a follow-up question, ask it. Don't hesitate. This adds some spice to the talk and makes you come across as a journalist who doesn't take nonsense. Surely, someone from the audience also wanted to ask that same question. If there is a camera and an audience present at the same time, share your attention between these two audiences. Try to behave like a television host on a talk show. Be warm and maintain an appropriate and exemplary posture. Look closely at each expert when you question them. Give each one the importance they deserve and that the discussion deserves. Likewise, you will receive the best answers. The applause from the audience and the motivating and enthusiastic smile of those who hired you. Since you already have experience with audiences, this discussion is going to go very well for you. As long as you prepare, you understand the topic. Sometimes the urgency of time doesn't allow it. However, there is a tool we can rely on, and it's called common sense. When we're asked at the last minute to moderate a discussion for whatever reason, let's ask for information. The questions will be sent to us in advance. Let's ask for context, understanding what is, what was, and what is expected. In any area of knowledge or topic to be discussed, we will carry this conversation forward, which on average don't last more than an hour. The closing should be warm, highlighting 2 or 3 conclusions on the topic, thanking the guests, and leaving issues on the table that, with the fortunate change of times, could be resolved. Generally, discussions are moderated by an expert in the subject. That way, everyone would be talking about a common area of knowledge. There are less technical topics that we, the masters of ceremony, should be able to moderate. Here's another line of business: juicy, economical, and interesting. Thank you for watching this video. Next, here are some tips to shine as an MC at weddings. Welcome. Next, I will share a series of tips to shine as an MC at weddings. We've reached the final chapter of this complete Master of Ceremonies course, version 1.0. We have focused on the first part of corporate event presentations. And at the end of this course, I want to touch on the topic of family celebrations, a broad theme that we will address in version 2.0. Today, we will specifically talk about weddings. Family celebrations have traditionally also needed someone to act as a host, a master of ceremonies, a leader who paves the way for the points that the organizers have approved to develop that celebration harmoniously. The foundation for serving as a master of ceremonies at a wedding is the same as for any event we've discussed. Every performance has a beginning, a middle, and an end. For this occasion, we will also need to create a script with a timeline that indicates the opening, development, and closing. A minute-by-minute guide for us to follow, and this is in the hands of the organizers. Eventually, they ask the master of ceremonies for an opinion. However, this is one of the events that the organizer is most clear about. Of the couple, the wedding has been a dream event, prepared, researched, and brought to reality. After watching the previous videos and putting the guidelines into practice, it will be easier for you to take the step to present a wedding. There are also those who have started in the role of master of ceremonies from family celebrations and over time have wanted to make a leap. When it comes to corporate events, there are no rules in life that dictate how to start. Begin wherever you want, but start with enthusiasm and project yourself. If you really want to advance in managing stages and audiences, keep this in mind. A master of ceremonies can elevate or ruin the success of a wedding. The first thing to do when presenting a wedding is to adapt to it, to what they have managed to organize within their budgets, to their facilities, and to the people who attended. What are the couple expecting from the moderator on this occasion? The answer is simple. They expect the best from your work, so they hope that you will make this wedding a very special moment for them. The couple and family members have placed all their trust in the presenter. As you can see, it's not easy to be a master of ceremonies at a wedding, but if we manage to connect with the guests in an environment where we fit in, we can make this experience a success. The roles of a master of ceremonies can vary from one wedding to another. No two weddings are the same. Sometimes the godparents take over the microphone. You need to have a high level of tolerance when this happens. Of course, as with any event, it's always good to have one or more meetings with the couple. And if the parents of the bride groom are paying for the wedding, it's very important to listen to them as well. Suggest music, suggest rehearsals. It is proven that rehearsals for any event support the final product. In a rehearsal, adjustments are made for minor details, which no matter how simple they are, eliminate moments of silence or awkwardness. One of the key roles of the presenter at a wedding is to make sure that the guests know what's coming next. What will happen after each point? Don't leave them adrift. While there are surprises, announce that there will be a surprise. The guests want to plan their night, their departure time from the reception, and their arrival time at home. For example, if the guests have already arrived and are seated, you can give a brief greeting highlighting main points of the party. The schedules, the location of the restrooms, and in case of an emergency, which door to use for a quick evacuation. Give the location of where the drinks will be served, among other elements that you consider necessary to inform. This is a sample proposal. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. It's wonderful to have you all gathered here to celebrate this very special night for the newlyweds, Jorge and Stephanie. My name is Carlos Grosso, and I will be your master of ceremonies tonight. Next, I'll compare you. At the entrance, there is a book where guests can sign in to mark their attendance at the party. I also want to tell you that the bar is now open, and the good news is that there's an open bar until dawn, courtesy of the bride's parents. Thanks to Estefano and Mariela for this thoughtful gesture towards the guests, who will surely behave themselves. It's 7 p.m. and we expect to have dinner at 9 sharp. At 1 a.m., a delicious chicken consomme will also be offered for those who want it, whose vitamin will give you the strength in your waist to keep dancing until 6 in the morning. For those asking where the restrooms are located, they are just past the main exit of the hall. They are marked and easy to find. In case of emergency, there are 4 black doors at the 4 corners of the hall. They will be open. At 8 p.m., the newlyweds will enter this hall and we will welcome them with a lot of excitement. For now, have fun, chat, and celebrate this reunion. And I'll be right back with you. One of the priorities of the Master of Ceremonies is to ensure that everything runs smoothly and to anticipate with the organizers that something unexpected may happen and they need to make quick decisions. For example, the arrival of the newlyweds to the hall was delayed. Is the knife for cutting the cake not showing up? Or it never arrived? An aunt or grandmother of the newlyweds decides to give an unexpected speech. The catering service might arrive late, among other unexpected situations that need to be handled with ease. It's important to explain to those who will be giving a speech that they have X amount of time to deliver it and to suggest that they be precise. Something that has worked really well for me at all events is having a chat with the DJ. Teaming up with the DJ is the best option. The music will serve as an auditory distraction when it's necessary to listen or give an instruction. Nobody will notice as long as there's music and the DJ understands an instruction just with a glance. Pay attention to this. When the newlyweds arrive, it's very important to welcome them with enthusiasm. The Master of Ceremonies needs to feel that excitement that the main characters of the party feel, the parents of the newlyweds, the family. When I've had to officiate these kinds of celebrations, there's a conversation that goes really well and entertains. Listen to this. This moment on, you will transform into MC journalist. And what is this? Well, position yourself in the middle of the dance floor between the couple and say, well, it's a common question among the guests. Please tell me, how did you two meet? Let's start with the bride. He hands the microphone to her and then asks the groom the question. They almost never agree on who courted whom first. And that moment, depending on how the Master of Ceremonies handles it, is very funny and entertaining. And I could ask a second question. How do you see yourselves in the next 20 years? Each one will respond. And it's time to applaud the love between the newlyweds. The protocol to follow depends on the country and the customs of each family. However, British and Anglo-Australian weddings usually follow storyline. Welcome, beaches, cake cutting, wedding waltz, bouquet toss, garter toss, dance, and farewell. In summary, the role of the Master of Ceremonies is to foster happiness during the celebration, respecting all the cultural differences that may arise. It's an honor to be the Master of Ceremonies at a wedding. That said, let's go for it. As we say in Colombia, let's knock it out of the park. Next, I want to share with you some experiences and messages from some Colombian Masters of Ceremonies in this video. Welcome Liliana Benavides. She is a Master of Ceremonies and started her first steps in this world of event hosting and presentation in the Meta department. How's it going? How many years been a Master of Ceremonies?
Carlos, thank you for inviting me. I've been presenting events over 20 years.
And what balance can you make of all that journey in this professional life?
Well, the balance is very positive. I must say that I started by hosting local events in the Meta department. Then I've started hosting some events that have higher demands, like corporate events, for example. And it has been a wonderful experience. This is lived with passion. And when we get up there on the stage or the platform, it feels something fascinating. Always a little bit of nerves, but with a lot of excitement and joy.
Liliana, can you live off being a Master of Ceremonies alone? In a country like Colombia?
Yes, you can live off being a Master of Ceremonies, but there are some points to consider, like managing finances, since events can sometimes be sporadic. We might have many events in 1 month, or we could have just one or sometimes even 0 events in a month, so you have to learn to manage your finances. And if we can alternate with another job, that's great, more income.
Liliana, finally, a message for the new Masters of Ceremonies, the guys who are training or people who already have some experience in this world of event hosting, but who would like to advance and eventually present big events in their country. And why not? One day host a Miss Universe.
Well, one of the main recommendations is watch this complete course, which is fabulous. I myself have taken the personalized workshop with Carlos Grosso, and it was great, so I can recommend this workshop to you. Another point to recommend, it's always about being in practice. Even if events don't come up all the time, we can be practicing by recording ourselves, rehearsing. That's something very important to keep in mind. We should consider our clients' recommendations, like the wardrobe, for example. In the case of women, clients usually ask for about 3 outfit options when they hire us for the first time. So that's when we start looking at how we can coordinate with the client, who is the one directing how we will present ourselves. But always, dressing well, rehearsing regularly, and having knowledge of the event we are going to present are key.
Thank you, Liliana, for those words and for those recommendations for the new communicators. Next, I also want to share some brief messages and a series of very short recommendations sent by some Master of Ceremonies Colombian colleagues. Let's see.
Today, I want to extend a great invitation to you all to take the workshop, the seminar that Carlos Grosso has designed. For Master of Ceremonies, excellent workshop. It's a workshop that has been developed and structured for quite a few years. And it's a very interesting work model where you learn, do you want to be a good master, a good mistress of ceremonies? Don't miss out on Carlos Grosso's workshop. It's spectacular.
I think that for those of us who work in the field and in the wonderful world of events, all the concepts, all the clarifications and everything we've learned in this important course is incredibly useful.
Do you want to be a great Master of Ceremonies? If that's the case, I invite you to take the virtual course with one of the best, Carlos Hernando Grosso.
I want to share that I've been working as a presenter and Master of Ceremonies for 10 years, and all the techniques and tools I've acquired I've learned from him. So I'm making this super invitation for you to take this virtual course to be part of this fascinating world of corporate presentation, of being a Master of Ceremonies, and of course alongside the best Carlos.
Don't forget to follow me on my social media, Carlos Grosso on X, Carlos Grosso on Instagram, and Carlos Grosso on YouTube. Give it a like, subscribe, and activate the bell to receive notifications of new videos. If you've made it this far, I think it was worth producing this course. Thank you for watching this video. I have a strong desire to produce more videos like this, diving into other areas of event presentation, such as social gatherings, as well as topics like journalism, commercial voiceover, dubbing, consulting experts in different fields. For that, I need your collaboration. Those who can, those who appreciate this work and wish to support my courses from their country, and of course from Colombia, can make a monetary contribution of any amount they wish, starting from $2, $3, or $4, or whatever they feel like contributing. You can make the monetary deposit through Bancolombia. To the checking account number, this one. Yes, one that appears on the screen in the name of Carlos Grosso. From the heart, thank you to those who have already done it, and to those who will. God willing, you will earn a lot of money as masters of ceremonies in your countries. From experience, I can tell you that it is possible. Remember this, it is your duty as masters of ceremonies to observe and confirm that everything, absolutely everything, is going well. It's not your job to fix something that shouldn't be happening, but it is your duty to notify in a timely manner if there's a hiccup with the lights, sound, temperature, screens, or delays. Your job is to optimize the staging of the speakers and artists and enhance their work. The event in general. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm Carlos Grosso. See you soon.